Would it be valuable to you to know how to gain instant stage confidence? Or let me put it another way. Have you ever felt that pit in your stomach when it's your turn to speak, wondering how to make your voice steady, your words land with impact, and your body to stop shaking? Or maybe you've seen someone speak on stage and thought, man, how do they look so confident? I feel so nervous just thinking about it. I wish I knew how to do that. Either way, this episode's for you because we are giving you our best ninja tips to gain instant confidence on stage. And I'm sure we've all faced moments where our nerves seem to take over at some point in time, whether it's doing a big presentation, maybe you did a live virtual masterclass, or perhaps just speaking up in a meeting, you know. But here's the truth. Confidence is not something you're born with. It's something you can create instantly. You just need to use the right tools and strategies. So stay tuned right here to Momentum Maker Podcast. I'm awesome Angie Engstrom, honoring the awesomeness in you.
And I'm Gitte Odgaard. And yes, in this episode, we will be showing you exactly how you can create instant confidence. So let me start by sharing a story. One day, I was driving a rental car with my daughter, my best friend, and her daughter, and we were trying to find a parking spot, which was proving to be rather difficult. Have you ever tried that? Driving around in the city looking for a parking spot? It can be pretty difficult, right? Okay, so after driving around for a bit, I finally found a parking space. So I started trying to park the car, and it was a little difficult because I had to parallel park the car. And, to be honest, I'm not super great at parallel parking. So now what happened was that a car came up behind me and they started honking their horn because I wasn't parallel parking the car fast enough, in their opinion. Have you ever experienced anything like that? It's really distracting, right? So this is a scenario. My best friend and the two girls on the back seat, they all started giving me advice on my parking while the car behind me still kept honking the horn. It was like I could literally feel all the eyes on me as I slowly maneuvered the car into the parking spot. It was like my hands were just, tightening around the wheel. Do you know this feeling I'm talking about? That rush of self-consciousness and nervousness that makes a simple task feel like you're, I don't know, performing brain surgery. This is how many people feel when they have to speak publicly. So that's why we created this episode with easy to implement tips to help you gain instant confidence. Because here's the thing, my parking skills didn't magically improve because of those extra pairs of eyes and the honking car behind me. But what I did was to take control of my body and my mindset. And by doing that, I turned anxiety into focus. So the car ended up being perfectly parked.
That's talented, Gitte, I have to say. Oh my
And it's
gosh.
true.
I love how you say that your parking skills didn't magically improve because of all the eyes and the banter and the honking car, all that stuff. Oh my gosh. But you took control. So,
Mm,
in today's episode, we are sharing these ninja techniques to help you do the exact same thing on a stage by flipping the script on speaking nerves and helping you step into the spotlight with instant confidence. Buckle in, because remember, it's not about not feeling that nervousness. It's about knowing what to do with the nerves so that the nerves don't take over. You need to stay in charge. The truth is, everybody gets a little nervous when they're getting up in front of people, even the pros, even the pros. But the difference is the pros know how to send messages to their own body telling them not to be nervous, but to be super confident instead. Because confidence is not reserved for a select few. It is a skill that you as well can cultivate, starting with some practical science-backed techniques. And today we're going to share them with you, helping you gain instant confidence.
exactly. So let's dive into our first tip, and that is use your arms and your hands. The reason is that by using your arms and your hands, you're sending a message to your brain saying that you are in control. So Our advice is to start practicing gesturing in a mirror to help you figure out which gestures feel most authentic and powerful for you. Now, if you want a pro tip, research shows that visible hands foster trust and make your audience more comfortable, whereas hidden hands can, at some subconscious level, trigger a sense of unease in your listeners, making them less likely to connect with you. Now, tons of scientific studies back this up by proving that cortisol, or fight or flight hormone or stress hormone, it gets triggered when people aren't able to see your hands.
Yeah, they need to be able to see your hands. So don't put your hands in your pockets. Don't put your hands behind you. Make sure your hands are visible. And then, just like what Gitte said, make sure you're training yourself to use gestures that are not crazy. You need to practice that. It's actually a thing to practice. So this
Yeah.
first tip is to gain instant confidence by using your hands and arms. So the second tip is to engage your shoulders and your chest because your posture sends strong signals, not just to your audience, but also to your own brain. By pulling your shoulders back, and just try it right now while you're listening here. Just pull if it's safe to do so, pull your shoulders back, and slightly lift your chest. You instantly look and feel more confident. So stand tall with your shoulders back and your chest raised. Again, practice this. Now, how can using your shoulders and chest help you calm your nerves? Again, it's all about body language. When your body shows confidence, your brain receives signals of confidence and your emotions calm down. And it all starts with how you lead your body to feel. Research shows that even raising your chest by, just a couple of inches, again, to practice it, that can dramatically increase how confident you appear. And it also has the added benefit of helping you feel more in control, calming those pre-stage jitters and helping you gain instant confidence. Standing tall with your shoulders back, your chest raised also has the benefit of preventing you from slouching, which can make you appear nervous and unprepared. It just doesn't, frankly, it doesn't look good. And it also helps you breathe more deeply when you pull those shoulders back, chest raised, and it keeps your voice strong and steady.
Yes. It's actually pretty amazing how your body posture can help you gain instant confidence. It's really remarkable. Now, if you want a pro tip, I would advise you to practice a power pose before going on stage. You just have to stand tall with the shoulders back, your chest raised, and feet firmly planted, and then just hold this position for like 2 minutes to boost your confidence levels before you go on stage. Now, let's recap our first two tips for gaining instant confidence. Number one is use your hands and your arms. Number two is engage your shoulders and your chest. And our third tip, our last tip, is to use your breath to calm your nerves. This tip is really important because when you are nervous, there is a tendency to hold your breath without you even realizing you're holding it. And this actually increases your tension and it makes your voice a little shaky. So, deep breathing is a very powerful way to calm your nerves. Just breathe deeply, not a superficial breath in your chest, but a truly deep breath because this will help you regulate your heart rate, keep your voice strong, and also clear your mind.
Yes, a great way to gain instant confidence before walking on stage is to take a few deep breaths to center yourself. And anytime during your talk, if you feel nerves creeping back in, it's okay to pause, take a deliberate breath, and reset. Let's summarize our first three tips for gaining instant confidence. Use your hands and arms, engage your shoulders and chest, use your breath to calm your nerves. And our last tip is grounding yourself with your feet. Your feet are your foundation, and standing firmly can ground you both physically and mentally. Just plant your feet shoulder width apart and imagine roots growing from your feet down into the earth, and just keeping you steady and centered. This stance is great for keeping nervous energy at bay and helping you gain instant confidence.
So, let's sum up our 4 ninja tips to help you gain instant confidence when speaking, whether it's a virtual event or in person. Number one is use your hands and your arms. Number two is engage your shoulders and your chest. Number three is use your breath to calm your nerves. And the last one is ground yourself with your feet. So the next time you're in front of an audience, we want you to remember that confidence is already within each and every one of you. You just have to help your body feel it and show it.
Yes, lead your body. You're in charge. So thanks for listening to Momentum Maker Podcast. Keep your momentum, keep moving forward. And if you happen to be a coach, a course creator, or an entrepreneur spending too much time selling one-on-one, and you're ready to condense time and sell one-to-many, then open up a tab on your browser and go to elitevirtualstages.com/blueprint and learn how you can turn your expertise into a 6 or even a 7-figure day using live transformational virtual masterclasses.